very happy. Why is that? Well, you have to think about what are your expectations of your business and what is it that you want. And really, what Accidental Jane wants is to create her own ideal job. That's what she wants. She's not necessarily going an empire, right? And maybe Laura will at some point. But what she wanted right then was to have her own ideal job. I actually started my first business as an Accidental Jane. And what I can say is from our research and from my own experience, Accidental Jane can be a great place to be. In that first business, from years 3 to 5, I was kind of in that Accidental Jane spot, and it was sweet. I had these things up here. I was in demand, right? I had a lot of good business. That was awesome. I had a lot of word-of-mouth referral from clients, but it wasn't too much work. It was manageable. I was making good money. I was in charge of my own time. You heard Laura talk about being in charge of her own time, right? Being able to take care of the kids and the family, and really set her own schedule. Accidental Janes also are overall pretty happy with the money that they're making. It's a great trade-off. I have a really good job that I've created for myself. And so overall, their net is that they're really happy. So if you're an Accidental Jane, what could you do to squeeze even more juice out of your business, right? How can you get more money? How can you be even happier as a business owner? And really what it's about for Accidental Jane is managing peaks and valleys in your business, because oftentimes what happens is you get wrapped up in a project or a series of projects and you get too busy to market. And then those are starting to wear down, or they're coming to completion, and you say, oh, wait a minute, what am I going to do next? Right, so you fire up that marketing engine again. So if you're an Accidental Jane, you want to be thinking about how your business does this, and doing what you can as the leader of your company to level that out. So you want to handle the valleys, and to prevent the valley, you want automated marketing systems that are going to be working for you, that you don't have to think about, but that are kind of constantly keeping you in the eye of your customer. Things like a weekly newsletter. Maybe you have someone in your team you could delegate that to. Referral programs. All those kinds of things that keep you in the eye of your customer, even when you're busy doing something else. And on the peaks side, and this is where the incremental money can really come in for Accidental Jane, you should be critically looking at what are you charging your customers? Because if you have enough demand to keep you busy, and there's more opportunity coming, that's showing that you're creating great marketplace value. And if you're creating great marketplace value, and you don't work like a dog, then raise your rates. Ask for more money. You're showing you that you deserve it by having more demand. All right, ready to meet another Jane? Now let's meet Go Jane Go. Something she might say, I believe it's important to strive every day to be the best that you can be and make a real difference in the world. I love knowing that I excel at what I do and I'm able to help so many people. I'm fulfilling my purpose in life. I will admit, though, it gets tiring, and I wonder if the business will ever slow down enough for me to feel comfortable taking some time for myself. Nancy, you talked about this last night. Okay. Ready to meet her?
Hi, I'm Michael Lynn Valterra, and I'm the director of the Women's Earning Institute. We empower women to earn what they're really worth. We work with women on a variety of subjects related to their relationship to money. How do you get out of the money fog is the issue that we work on a lot. How do you make more money? And how do you spend the money that you do have more consciously? We do this in a variety of ways. We offer coaching, we teach a lot of seminars. I do a lot of teaching in general and a lot of writing throughout the internet. So if you're curious about our work around women's earning issues, go to womenearning.com. My Jane Out of the Box category is Go Jane Go, and boy do I identify with this category a lot. This is a category for successful entrepreneurs that have grown their businesses but struggle to take time away from work and sometimes struggle to say no. You know, it's interesting, when I was growing up, I think I was a little bit of a people pleaser. I had a hard time, in fact I wanted just to avoid conflict. And so when I became a business owner, these were some of the most difficult areas for me. How do you maintain client boundaries? What do you do when people ask for free advice? And I think that I did give away probably too much in the beginning. And as I've become more and more successful and made more and more money, it at times has been difficult to say, you know what, it's time to leave the office and go home. I value my private time, I value my family life, and so it's really important for me to be aware of work versus downtime and to not work into the evening, for example. I think it's interesting that over the years, as I've worked with women on their own money issues, I very commonly work with women on the good girl syndrome. You know, how do you conquer the good girl syndrome? And I know it's because I identify with it so much. How do you say no is one of the biggest things that comes up around, well, for women in general, that it has a lot of impact on money, and how do you not undersell yourself when you have a hard time saying no and you give yourself away. I am inspired to help women earn what they're worth and escape the money fog. I love being the captain of my own ship, and I love being a successful business owner. It's very, very exciting, but I always need to remember to take time to myself and consistently remember it's okay to say no.
Okay, so that's Michael Ann, very different business, right? Do you think that what Laura needs and what Michael Ann needs are different? They are, right? So understanding and appreciating yourself for where you are today really can help guide you in where you want to go so that you can craft the business so that it supports your lifestyle. So I've been 3 different Janes over my 11 years as a business owner. I did spend years 7, 8, and 9 of my first company as a Go Jane Go. And just to give you a personal illustration, I would get up at 4 in the morning and go to my office and work all day. My office was downstairs in my home. I left work at 6 p.m., went upstairs, made dinner, took care of my husband and my son, went back to work at 9, we worked until midnight, 6, 7 days a week. That's not a life. I was 30 pounds heavier than I am today. I was crying all the damn time. I was afraid to say no to my clients because I didn't want them to go find somebody else. And honestly, I was afraid they wouldn't be as well taken care of by anyone else either. Right? So Michael had talked about the good girl syndrome, and some of us are. It could be that, it could be because you're competitive and you just gotta be in there and you can't let it go. But if this is you really need to think about, what do you want out of your life? What is your why? Because here's why she's wild about business, first of all, right? I mean, she's doing it her way, and she wants to make that difference, which is great. But she's got too much demand. As a result of that, this type actually has some of the bigger businesses. They're 4 times more likely to be at $1 million in revenue. She makes the most money, but she is feeling the most time-starved. She says, I can't get away to go take vacation, I don't have time to take care of myself, and she really can't say no. So if you're a Go Jane Go, and this was a hard lesson for me to learn, you have got to put yourself first. You have to. It seems completely counterintuitive because you've got to do this long, and you're saying, I gotta take care of all these people. I don't have time to take care of me, and I'll get to me when I get all this done. But the reality is, you ain't never gonna get all that done, because as soon as you finish something, you put something else on the list, okay? So, you have to put yourself first, because the biggest hidden secret joke of it all is, if you put yourself first, you have more energy for them. It's counterintuitive, but when you actually do it, it happens. So get in your gym appointments, get your vacation scheduled well in advance. Tell your clients, I'm going to take a 2-week vacation during which time I will be completely unplugged. I'm going to do everything I can for you before I go, and I will leave one person behind who can get me in an absolute emergency, but you're not going to hear from me for 2 weeks. They will respect you for it. They will respect you more for it. And another important thing for Go Jane Go is to really celebrate what you're doing. Because so many Go Jane Goes, they go, check,